Hey guys, it is my 38-week update and I just left the doctor's and the doctor seems to think that she's coming this week. Crazy. So they did the first internal exam, which I know some people said they start at 36 weeks. I don't know why. It was my 38-week checkup and she did one. And she went for it and it hurt. I have a very sensitive cervix and like I cramped and I bled a lot. And but she said it was fine, totally normal, the amount that she saw. But so I'm just feeling a little crampy. I hope the light's okay. Usually I sit in front of the window for the light, but I just can't do it on the floor today. So I want to sit in my comfy rocking chair. So my doctor said I am 1 centimeter dilated and 80% effaced, and her head is really low, and she thinks she's coming this week, which is crazy. And of course I Googled it, and there's a lot of people whose doctor said the exact same thing, and then those women did not deliver for another week or 2 or 3. So who knows? I think like with everything with childbirth and pregnancy, they just don't know. But it seems encouraging that the doctor said that, and she basically just said like I won for the day, whatever that means. She was just very positive. She said my fluid levels are great, the baby's low, she's so active, and that she thinks I won't have any trouble going into labor naturally, so without having to be induced. Or did I say that right? I swear the placenta is messing up with my brain. So that's all great news. And then she was like, are you doing a natural birth or a epidural? And I was like, oh yeah, make sure you check the epidural. I'll be doing the epidural, please. So that's all exciting. She's like, do you have your bags packed? I'm like, yes, of course. Bags are packed. And last night my husband was like thinking like it could be soon. I have been ravenously hungry like the past 2 days, and he swears that in the labor class that the nurse said that was a sign of labor. I don't remember her saying that. I remember her saying you're going to lose like a pound or 2 right before you go into labor. So all I want is like pasta and pizza. Like I was craving. I woke up this morning at 4:30 in the morning, could not sleep. And I was craving pasta with pesto on it. The other sign of labor that happened was yesterday, Memorial Day. I got a huge burst of energy and I went like Speedy Gonzalez, like nesting, cleaning the house. I pulled everything out of the fridge, everything out of the freezer, cleaned everything, threw stuff out, rearranged like all the shelves to make it like more efficient space in there. Like crazy. I've been so tired the past like week, 2 weeks. So I don't know where that came from, but they say nesting is a sign that you are going into labor soon. So that happened yesterday. Could be a sign. Feet swelling has been happening. It happened twice. We went to Peddler's Village, and it's a little shopping area, and walked around for 2.5 hours and sat down, and there was an indentation on my foot from my flip-flops. It had never gotten that bad, and my feet were just so sore, and my whole body was so sore. And then today as well, my feet were a little swollen, and I wasn't on them that much. So they say swelling is also a sign of labor. Like, I can't believe she may come this week. Today I also had the non-stress test, which I have twice a week, where they monitor the baby and any contractions, and they do an ultrasound to check for fluid. And so they had whatever the monitor is, I think they call it a toco, on her and her heartbeat, and that's what they monitor. And she got the hiccups, and it was the cutest thing. And it was like coming through the loudspeaker, and the nurses were laughing because it was just like rhythmic hiccups. And I'll put a video in right here, but you can see it like moving up and down of her hiccuping. I am doing the full out waddle now. For some reason, I thought when pregnant women waddle, like it was because their back was sore or their thighs were probably, I don't know what I thought, but it's definitely like the bump is so big now that you have to like readjust your equilibrium, and I'm waddling. I didn't, like, I think like a week ago I started the waddle. So I'm full on like back and waddling and looking like a penguin. So I'm still having like all the typical symptoms, I think, of pregnancy. If I sneeze, I pee a bit. My bladder is just getting more and more compressed, I feel like, every day. And I'm peeing every 20 minutes, and sometimes it's every 5 minutes. And when I go to bed, I get like stressed out because I like want to make sure everything's out so I can sleep as long as possible. We even went to the movies to go see the new Star Wars movie. I only went once during the movie. I was proud of myself. I thought I was going to be going like every 20 minutes. But I didn't drink that much during the movie. We have the AMC theaters with like the big recliner chairs, and they have a waiter, and they bring you like food and drinks and all that. And there's nothing healthy on that menu. But those chairs are perfect for pregnant women because you are basically reclined with your feet up, but you're not like obviously laying all the way back, which you're not supposed to do. And then my husband and I actually did a fire pit last night. It was really nice. I think it was in the 60s. And we had camp chairs that were just like that. And it was the most relaxing thing. For some reason, like all the pressure points hit just in the right spot. Your feet are elevated so they're not swelling. Like it took pressure off my back. And I think I might move that chair into the living room in my last couple of weeks. I don't know why it felt so good. It was better than the pregnancy pillow, and I love my pregnancy pillow. So I have a list of things I want to get done before the baby comes. Like I really need to get my hair cut. I was thinking I would do my dip nails because they last like 2 or 3 weeks. So I was just trying to get stuff out of the way, like, beforehand. I definitely want to get another wax before labor and delivery down there, and maybe get, like, a facial and a massage. So we'll just have to see what happens this week. One last thing, if you saw, I think it was my last week update, I got that book called Moms on Call, and I read that in, like, an hour. I highly recommend this book. Like, I feel like it's very simple, to the point. It's not long. There isn't a lot of like BS in it. It kind of tells you like, this is what you need for your nursery. This is what you need to get your baby on schedule, to get them in a good sleeping habit, you know. Like basically they're like, this is what you do. And they also say like, the baby needs to sleep in their own crib, which is against what like everything else says. Like everything else says like, for SIDS, that your baby should sleep in your room with you for the first at least 6 months. And we bought like that $300 bassinet. So baby girl's sleeping with us. But I will definitely be taking a lot of their tips and tricks to help her fall asleep, and we'll be using this as a good resource guide. And I'm glad I bought the actual physical version of it instead of like the Kindle version. That way I have it, I can like dog ear it and mark it, and things I want to keep on going back to. So I'll put a link below. I would highly recommend this book. It's an easy read, and it seems like very practical things that are going to work for once your baby is here. Oh, one more thing I'm going to show you. So I did some watercolors, which I'd never done before. I just bought this kit and tried doing watercolors to decorate her room. And it's so easy to do watercolors. And I found this amazing tutorial online for these like cute fox, and I'll link it below if any of you guys want to do it. We have like 2 foxes that live up here like on our property that we see every once in a while. Like last week, one of them was running up our driveway. So I don't know if you can see this, but I was just so happy with how this turned out. And the girl just shows you how to sketch it out, and then is basically a step-by-step tutorial with watercolors. And she has like lots of cute ideas. She does like kind of cute little animals. So if anybody, you know, wanted to try watercolor, I'll link that below because I think it's adorable, and I like it better than my other paintings that I did that I kind of freehanded. She is like moving like crazy right now. I think she's got the hiccups again. The nurse who does the fetal monitoring called her a nut job last week because she moves so much. Like, she passes in 3 minutes. Most people, it takes like 20 minutes for them to pass. I think they need like 13 jumps. My little nut job. I will show you my bump. Here is 38-week bump. Stomach is so hard. I think it's contracting right now. They say this is as big as you're gonna get, so hopefully. So that's it for 38 weeks. I might see you at 39 weeks, or I might have a different kind of video for you next week. We shall see. So thank you for watching, and have a great week, everyone. Bye.